That is the boldest thing I've heard. Wow.
AFC South title and wins MVP.
Dude, I can't take you seriously.
Really?
502 games.
No way.
No way. I could have ran for 100 yards with touchdown.
I stopped listening halfway through. That's a bad take.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Neutral Zone Reaction Bowl Bash 2023. Are
Big
you ready?
Big episode today. I'm ready.
Big episode. We got 43 postseason NCAA football games to go through. We have former FCS teams playing in their first bowl games. JMU, Jacksonville State. We got some juggernauts like Georgia missing out on the playoff. And maybe another team missing out on the playoff from what I heard, but that's up for debate. And we got tons of games in between. You ready to get started?
I'm here. Let's go.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
What are we
Culver.
starting with?
Thanks.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Culver, for sponsoring this episode. And for this special episode, we have had, if anyone saw the Instagram post, we've got almost half of our bowl games, either a third or a half or so, are going to be predicted by you guys. We've got video clips sent in from the fans, and it's going to be awesome. So we got some of your picks to get involved. Let's start out. Let's go from the top, from the first bowl game starting in 4 days. Get us started.
Yeah. Georgia Southern versus Ohio, right?
Georgia Southern versus Ohio in the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
I learned a lot about Georgia Southern and Ohio today. I have Ohio. Georgia Southern has been plummeting. They lost their last 4 games. Their only quality win they've had is against Coastal Carolina. I don't know if you call that a quality win. So I got Ohio, but don't take too much stock in that.
I like that pick. Ohio's big win this year is Iowa State. They've got the 12th rated defense regarding total yards allowed this year. So as you said, Georgia Southern enters on a 4-game losing streak. I've got Ohio 24-14. And let's give a score every game if you got something. What's your Ohio score?
Oh, my Ohio score? Yeah. So I think it's going to be a low score. I think 21-17 Ohio. That's my prediction.
Okay. And speaking of which, the first background that we've got for today's episode, look at that. We got Ohio with, I think that's the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. That is a French fry bath instead of a Gatorade bath. I hope they do that this year. I remember, Tennessee's in the Citrus Bowl this year, which is like sponsored by Cheez-It. But I think Cheez-It used to have their own Cheez-It Bowl, and they do a big Cheez-It shower to the winning team.
Yeah. The best is the Mayo. The best is the Mayo Bowl, where they do like dunk them in mayo.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be the best.
All right. Well, next game is the Celebration Bowl between Howard and Florida A&M.
It's a big name teams here.
Oh yeah. One of these teams is 6-5, and one of these teams is 11-1. I think Florida A&M is going to run all over them and have no issue beating Howard. To be honest, I got them 24-13.
Yeah, I have Florida A&M also. I mean, looking at these schedules, neither team has played I would say tough competition relative, but Florida State's been on an absolute tear, or Florida A&M.
Yeah.
Florida State's another story. Florida A&M's been on a tear. I got them winning this 27-13.
Okay. On to the New Orleans Bowl. I don't know if this is exactly in order, but this is in date order at least.
What's the New Orleans Bowl?
There's a whole bunch of
there's
a whole bunch of games on the 16th. Jacksonville State -3.5 against Louisiana is the line. JSU is 9th in the country in rushing yards per game at 232 yards per game.
Where do you just get the most random stats?
Hey, I find what I some things
rushing
are
yards per game.
Rushing
yards.
The
Bears were the best. I mean, okay.
That stood out to me. This is their first year in the FBS, and I don't think Louisiana is going to be able to shut them down. Personally, I've got Jacksonville State, even though it's in New Orleans. So Louisiana's kind of got a home game here.
Mm.
Give me. See, I would say like a mascot. I don't even know their mascot. So give me JSU 30-14.
That's fair. I got Jackson State also. I mean, they're only looking at competition, just straight schedule. Their only Power 5 game. They played South Carolina very close. Louisiana almost missed out. They lost 3 of the last 4. I'm gonna go with the hot hand, Jacksonville State.
Okay.
Score, you didn't tell me to predict scores. I have no idea for scores.
Well, you can come up with them
Come up.
as we go.
31-26, Jacksonville State.
All righty. Give us the Cure Bowl, Miami, Ohio, and App State.
This is the first game I actually know something about before research. This is a tough one. I got App State. App State has a history of winning big games. I know Ohio won their conference. They've been playing well, but App State, I mean, they've been looking good. They took UNC to OT. They beat JMU, the only loss. And I know Ohio has a better record. They've played well. But I just got a feeling about App State. App State's going to pull this one off. I think they win it 24-20.
Okay, and you didn't mention App State's game against North Carolina. They played them.
They took them to They took them to OT.
Oh, yes, they did. Maybe I just zoned out for a second.
It's hilarious.
They played them crazy close last year. They had that like 28 or 40-point fourth quarter or something.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that game?
It was like 59-63, something crazy.
Yeah, it was madness.
Like, it was crazy.
App State did end JMU's undefeated season. And for that reason, I'm going to go with the Appalachian State Mountaineers. 26.
Fair.
I think they're Mountaineers. 26-21.
Okay. So next we
far
got
picked the same teams, but I think
have we really?
switch.
Oh my god.
I think that'll start to switch shortly.
Well,
the New Mexico Bowl, which is New Mexico State against Fresno State.
That's so fitting. You want to start or you want me to start?
Sure, I'll start. I don't need to do any research for this game. My boy Jordan Vincent from Stevenson High School, he was in my class. Brother is balling out at New Mexico State. He's a safety for them. So give me I think, Aggies.
Yeah,
I'll go with New Mexico State.
I'm going to go with New Mexico State too. Again, playing the hot hand. They've been hot. Fresno State has not the last month or so. Yeah, I got New Mexico State 2017.
Okay. I had them 31-17, so kind of similar. On to the LA Bowl.
Not really, but okay.
On to the LA Bowl, which I think this might be the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl, but I don't know if he sponsors it anymore.
Yeah. Why is Boise State an LA Bowl? That just doesn't add up.
I don't know. What's your pick?
I got UCLA. They've played a much better schedule, much better teams. They played close with all these ranked Pac-12 teams. They beat USC. They beat Washington State. They were close with Utah. They were close with Oregon State. I mean, Boise State hasn't played anyone. I don't know. These teams go head-to-head. UCLA is more prepared. They're more physical, better recruits. UCLA is going to win this game. 30-21.
30-21. So here's the deal. UCLA is not playing their quarterback, Dante Moore, the freshman. Mm-hmm. He started out hot this year, then started to struggle, and they benched him. And he's transferring now. So 1 year and out into the portal, as he was supposed to be one of the highest recruited guys. Their All-American D lineman, Laiatu Latu, sitting out the game. Bowl opt-out. It's a home game. It's in Los Angeles. You would think UCLA. I'm going to go Boise State because they're on a 4-game win streak. I think they've kind of been like underdogs this year, as they used to really run the Mountain West. And Chip Kelly's fighting for his job, so that might help UCLA a bit. But I think their best player on defense is sitting out, and who knows what's going on at quarterback with them. California just demolished them in the last game of the season. Yeah. So I'm going to go Boise State 24-21 here.
Okay. I respect it. You're probably wrong, but I respect it.
Yeah, we'll see. That was my first real toss-up game, especially being a home game for UCLA, but it is what it is.
I think this next game's a toss-up game. Cal versus Texas Tech in the Radiant Technologies Independence Bowl, whatever the heck that means. Who do you got?
Texas Tech won some close games recently against Kansas and a couple other teams, and then they got absolutely annihilated by the Texas Longhorns, 57-7. Cal's offense has been really clicking lately. They've scored 40 against quite a few times this season, and we know there's no defense in the Big 12. So give me the California Golden Bears, 48-28. I just don't see. I don't expect
48 to 28.
Yeah, Cal just
Oh my God.
crushed UCLA.
Never
I
go.
think they're going to be on a roll here.
Yeah, if you just trash UCLA for 20 minutes. Anyways, I got Texas Tech in this game. Texas Tech, outside of the UT game where they got obliterated, yes, they've been balling out. I mean, I remember they played really close to Oregon early in the year. They have talent. I mean, Patrick Mahomes' alma mater, obviously. And Texas Tech every year, they're just a tough team. And
Yeah.
Cal is not. I just feel like Cal's kind of gone downhill. I know they had a good game against UCLA, but they've struggled against good teams this year, blown out by all the top Pac-12 teams. I think Texas Tech pulls off this upset.
Yeah, but Texas Tech's been blown out by the Big 12 teams too. So
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about Texas Tech versus Oregon, other good teams.
hey,
Anyways.
I mean, that's a fair point. It's not bad.
Yeah.
We're moving along. The famous Toastery Bowl.
Why is there a Toastery Bowl? These names are ridiculous.
They are. There's always some fun bowl games. We're about a third of the way through. I think we're gonna start getting to some of your guys' picks soon. But famous Toastery Bowl, Old Dominion, 2.5-point favorites against Western Kentucky. Start us off.
I was doing research on these teams, and I could not find a single reason to pick one team over the other. I want to be totally honest.
All
so
right,
I
then
picked
take who I don't pick then.
No, I took Old Dominion. Sorry.
Come on, take the Hilltoppers.
Why would I take the Hilltoppers? They're like half a state. Old Dominion's like its own university.
Because
Western
I'm
Kentucky.
picking Old Dominion.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I should switch it. Nah, we're fine.
So here's the deal. Old Dominion has, you said you couldn't find a reason to pick one team or the other. Old Dominion has 4 wins against bowl eligible teams. Western Kentucky has 0. Give me the Monarchs. 27-20.
Perfect. Great reasoning. That's what I would have said.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
it's like in March Madness Bowl or in March Madness decisions when they're like, oh, they have 5 Q1 wins and 4 Q2 wins and blah 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 blah. Oh geez, my microphone is like hanging on by a thread right now.
That is concerning. Why do you have pom-poms on your microphone?
What do I have? What?
You have pom-poms on your microphone.
Just for college football spirit,
Oh, love that.
Yeah, we do. This is
not bad. We have the Coffee Frisco Bowl next. How's that a thing? Like, honestly. Anyways, for UTSA versus Marshall, I got UTSA. They've had more quality wins than Marshall. Marshall has gotten blown out by a lot of just bad football teams. And to be honest, Marshall's one of those teams you look at and you're like, why are they in a bowl game? So I got UTSA to win this game. I think they're going to pull it off 27-18. 19. Wait, 18 is a weird score. 27-19. Hello, are you there? I know it's more enjoyable without Jules, but.
Can you hear me?
Unfortunately.
You can? Okay, cool. Unfortunately. Love it. Alrighty. Sorry about that. I was fixing the mic got unplugged or something. Yeah, I also have UTSA. Ever since they lost to them Tennessee Vols, like 49-17 or something, they won 6 straight games, or they won 7 of their last 8 was the stat. And the game's in Texas, so there's no reason UTSA shouldn't pull this out against
that is fantastic
a lowly
logic.
Marshall team.
Yeah, lowly.
On to the Boca Raton Bowl. USF versus Syracuse. I think neither team is good here.
In my notes, I have both teams are bad, kind of a gut feeling. I have Syracuse solely because they're the Power 5 team and USF isn't. I'm pretty sure these teams are both, I mean, this will be like a 20-16 game. That's my prediction. It's going to be a crapshoot. Nobody's going to watch this game. It's a bad look for college football that these teams are playing in a meaningful game.
Wow, really trashing on the Boca Raton Bowl here, man.
Sorry, this is disappointing. But I usually expect big things from the Boca Raton Bowl. This is just disappointing. Anyways, who do you have for the Boca Raton Bowl?
I have USF because their head coach is Alex Golish, the former offensive coordinator for UT, like last season when we were good. And give him a month to cook up a game plan. I think they'll have a good offensive game. So I've got USF 30-21. And
that's fair.
Their defense held Alabama to 17 points. That's
fair,
that's
but
half
that
as
was
many points as we led up to them.
okay. But that was also in a tsunami. Like, did you ever see that
was.
game? That game was garbage with Alabama's backup quarterback. So I
Hey,
don't read into that too much.
The game is in Florida, only like 4 or 5 hours from Tampa, where USF plays. So maybe that's worth something. And then the Gasparilla Bowl. This is our first bowl game. I'll put Tennessee on the background because why not? This is our first. Fine, I'll keep us on until later.
No, switch it. Just
Psych them balls. This is our first guest pick game, and I forgot to tell.
Who's doing this one?
This is my friend Brendan Bibb. I forgot to tell him that we needed it less than 30 seconds, so this is the only really long video of the day. So here we go.
No, the Ohio State one's unnecessarily long.
Here we go.
Georgia Tech versus UCF in the Gasparilla Bowl. Not the most compelling matchup, but as a Georgia Tech fan, it brings hope back into a program that was left for dead with Jeff Collins there at the helm before. First-year head coach Brent Key has taken his team back to the bowl game. Granted, it's not the most prestigious bowl game in the world, but it gives me hope. You got a high-powered offense with quarterback Haynes King, transfer out of Texas A&M, guiding Jamal Haynes and freshman wide receiver Eric Singleton into one of the most high-powered offenses in America. The defense, though, is struggling. It's kind of concerning, but I think they can. I think with time they can get developed. But right now, UCF may be able to will probably take advantage of that. And this game is going to be high scoring, and I expect whatever way the 4.5 point spread is covered, plus 4.5 for Georgia Tech, minus 4.5 for UCF, I think that will be covered. But I think the question is if Georgia Tech's defense can get that stop. If they can't, I expect UCF to run away with this game. If they can, I expect them to take that momentum going more and more into the game, and I think they blow UCF out of the water. I'm obviously going to go with the Jackets plus 4.5 here, and I think they're going to win by about 3 scores if they can get that defensive stop. I expect the shootout. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I think you got two high-powered offenses meeting together, and let the fireworks begin. Go Jackets!
All right, thank you.
I like
Bib.
it. It's way better insight. That's way better insight than I had.
Exactly. That's all we got the fans on today.
Also, Haynes King is like the most privileged name I've ever heard. Haynes King. It sounds like a prince.
Yeah, but do you know UCF's quarterback name? John Reese Plumlee.
Oh my God.
All-time college football name.
John Reese Plumlee. That's just
John Reese Plumlee.
That's anyways.
UCF always seems to have a good offense, and they did.
They always have a good offense.
They did get to play in the Big 12 this year. Had a few good games. Had a really close game with Oklahoma. But you know who also had a really close game with a good team? The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, 21. They lost by 8 to Georgia.
They really played Georgia kind of tough in that last game. So just for that reason, and I like Bibb's points. I think he makes a lot of good observations here. I'm going to roll with Georgia Tech here by 28-20.
I'm also going to roll with Georgia Tech. I think it's going to be high scoring. Both these teams put up fireworks. I'm going to go 41-33 Georgia Tech.
Okay. That's probably a little more realistic. I probably went a little low on the scoring.
Probably, but your Jules, it's okay.
That's okay. And the next game is the Camellia
Troy
Bowl.
versus Duke.
Oh, that's not the bowl I was saying, but that works too. We can
the
go
Birmingham Bowl. Oh,
they're probably the same day, and
they're the same day. It does not matter.
Yeah.
You want to go Troy Duke in the Birmingham Bowl?
Sure. Let's talk about Troy and Duke.
I have Troy. Troy has won their last 10 games, and ever since Riley Leonard got hurt for Duke, they've just been up and down, and they have not been great. And I just don't trust Duke in football, to be totally honest. So I have Troy 27-17.
I also have Troy because Duke lost their head coach as well. He's going to A&M, right. I believe.
That's a good point. Should have mentioned that.
So he's been really a lot of the story behind this team showing up lately, as well as Riley Leonard being out, like you said. Troy is on a heater. They've been playing really well. JMU should have had the opportunity to play in the conference championship for their conference, but Troy got in that spot and they took advantage and they won. So no coach, no quarterback for Duke. Give me Troy 37-16. I don't even think it'll be close.
Wow, that's not. Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
Let's go
now we got
back to the Camellia Bowl.
Camellia Bowl.
What? I don't even know what a camellia is, but that's all
I
right.
don't either. In my notes, I have why is this a bowl game? These teams are both pretty bad. What?
Mhm. No, go ahead.
I have Northern Illinois, partially because I'm in Northern Illinois right now, partially because they're just a hotter team. They started 1-4. They worked their way back. They're in this game. I mean, I don't know. It's Arkansas State. I don't really know what to think of that.
I know one thing about Arkansas State.
I mean, they played no one, but
I know one thing about them, and it's that their coach is Butch Jones. And if
Oh, it
you go to
is?
Tennessee,
I don't know who that is.
you know a thing or two about Butch Jones. And for that reason, give me the Northern Illinois Huskies.
That's fair. That's a good point.
Also, didn't
right.
they lose like 81-0 to start the season to Oklahoma? Or was
And
it
was
66? It was something
I
horrible.
think it was like it might have been 90.
You know what? I'm
It
curious.
was-
I'm gonna look.
Well, wait, we got a video. Let's play we got a video for James Madison Air Force.
That's right, we do. Hold on. Before we get that, I just want to see what this Arkansas
It
State
might have been
score
9.
was.
It was brutal.
It was 73-0. Like the 1940 Bears over the Redskins back then.
73. How do you lose 73-0 in a 60-minute game?
I don't know.
That's Madden
All right.
level.
James Madison game, the Armed Forces Bowl. Let's pull it up.
I love how James
did
Madison in the Armed Forces
Who did
Bowl.
this bowl, Brady? One of your buddies did this one.
Joey, my sweet mate, who's an engineer, hella smart.
Sweet.
So he knows what he's talking about.
All right, well, let's see if that's the case.
For the 2023 Armed Forces Bowl, JMU will absolutely destroy Air Force. Their offense is absolutely insane. They have 2 1,000-yard receivers, a dual-threat quarterback, and a really good rushing game. And their defense forces a lot of turnovers, and they're very consistent overall as a team.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
He's currently in my desk right now, which, I mean, I respect it. I agree with Joe. I got JMU. Air Force started 8-0, and they've not won in a month.
Yeah.
JMU looking at they have blown out every single team except for their 1 OT loss. They have been on an absolute tangent. I don't know why JMU's in the Armed Forces Bowl. I don't understand it, but it does not matter. They're going to win this game.
Well, one of my best friends back at school goes to JMU for graduate school, and he said it's been a crazy year up and down for them with all the hype, all the trying to get in a bowl game. Let me start off by saying their coach also got hired somewhere else. I don't remember which school, but Kurt Signetti, I think's his name. I think he's at Michigan State, maybe. That might be wrong.
Okay.
I also heard that their quarterback is opting out because he's transferring. So they also have no quarterback and no coach, just like we said about the Duke game. And we said Duke would be crushed. Well, not these Dukes. The JMU Dukes are here to win a bowl game in their first year in the FBS. No doubt in my mind. I think they absolutely annihilate Air Force.
What's your score prediction? I didn't give one.
JMU Dukes 35-14. And the 14 is generous.
I was gonna say like 40. Let's go 42-20.
Okay.
I think this is a blowout win. We got the Idaho Potato Bowl. Let's
Idaho
go.
Potato Bowl.
This is the best bowl there is. Well, bad teams, but the best bowl, man. Georgia State versus Utah State. I didn't want to have to pick a winner in this game. They're both terrible. They're both. Why is this a bowl game?
No.
Anyways,
Go
I have Utah State because Georgia State has not won in like a month and a half, and I just think they forgot how to win because they're like the 17th best team in Georgia. Yeah, I don't know. I have Utah State. We'll go 13-10. I don't know. I don't know anything about these teams.
Yeah, well, you started out saying you didn't want to pick a team. I also didn't want to pick a team. I wrote in my notes both teams suck. Tie 10-10.
I wrote not good.
And I remembered you can't tie in college. So yeah. I guess I'll
13-10, 13-10.
It's in Idaho, so Utah is closer to Idaho than Georgia is. So I'll also go 13-10 Utah State. Utah State.
Love it. That's awesome. Anyways, let's move on to a much better game.
The
Wait, no, this isn't
Ventures game.
Oh
Obviously.
god. In my notes, I have both teams are brutal.
Yeah. Well,
What are they doing this with these games?
I have one reason and one reason only for picking South Alabama here.
I picked South Bama too.
It's because I had a parlay in the start of the season. It was like Michigan, Tulane. It was some heavy favorites parlay that day. And Wake Forest. Michigan, Tulane, Wake Forest. Maybe not Michigan. I might have been someone else. But the first 3 legs hit, and the 4th leg was, Oklahoma State to beat South Alabama. Are you kidding me? That's a walk in the park. South Alabama beat them 33-7. So I'm like,
holy
all right,
crap.
all right, these guys are a real team, so I'll pick them in my bowl game.
Yeah, I kind of had the same thinking. I feel like South Bama is just better. Eastern Michigan, all the games they've won, they win by 3 points, and then they get killed in their losses. They don't really just. It's Eastern Michigan. I don't really know what you want me to say. I got South Bama.
All righty. Next game, the Las Vegas Bowl.
A real football game. Thank the Lords.
Yeah, right. You got the hometown Northwestern Wildcats.
Yeah.
Who apparently are getting some insane stadium renovation, and it's still only going to hold like 36,000 people, I heard.
Yeah, but it's going to look sick.
It's a little ridiculous. I don't see the point in that. They haven't been relevant, and they're relevant once every 10 years, making a surprise Big Ten championship game.
But they get blown out by Ohio State or Michigan. Yeah.
Of course. I'm going to go Utah because this is a game in Allegiant Stadium, and they are known for putting on great performances there. They won the Pac-12 2 years in a row before this year, and that championship game is in Las Vegas. So I don't see any reason why Utah loses this game. I know they struggled late in the season, losing to like Arizona and stuff. Give me the Utes 37-20.
Yeah, I have no reason to pick Northwestern, but I'm picking Northwestern. I think the Chicago team's going to go to Vegas and win this thing. Utah plays a lot of games closer than they should. They're more of a defensive-oriented team, I feel. I think Northwestern's going to stay in the game. And Northwestern was supposed to win. They were supposed to win 1 or 2 games this year. They've defied the odds. Their whole program was almost shut down, and they're somehow 7-5. And I think Northwestern pulls this out. I think they got a good shot at it, and I'm picking Northwestern for the hometown team.
Okay. You got a score?
23-21, Northwestern.
All righty. On to the Hawaii Bowl out west.
Why is Coastal Carolina in the Hawaii Bowl?
They said, hey, we got to keep them on some coast.
Yeah, but they picked the wrong coast.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm going to go with San Jose State here.
I am too.
I don't see too much reasoning. Coastal Carolina's had a little quarterback situation. Grayson McCall transfers. He's still in college? He's still in college.
Oh my God.
He's
in college forever.
He didn't play in the last half of their season, and they kind of had other quarterbacks play. They've had big losses to Army and JMU to end the season, so I will go San Jose State.
I'm going San Jose State too. They've won their last 6 games. They're a hotter team. Coastal Carolina just not played anyone real. They haven't. I think JMU is the most real team they've played. So
no,
San Jose State. This game is going to be. This isn't what you want to watch on your.
No, not at all.
It is Monday night. I don't even know what to do.
But maybe, just maybe, the Quick Lane Bowl in Detroit, Michigan is. With Minnesota at 5-7 going up against Bowling Green, who I believe is 7-5.
Why is Minnesota in a bowl game? All my notes say is Minnesota is 5-7. Watching Minnesota football is painful, so I'm picking Bowling Green. I hate watching Minnesota football. They lose every game 13-10. They're always disappointing. Their coach always is so serious for no reason. I hate it.
Minnesota was the only 5-7 bowl team to make it because they had the highest academic something.
Why would they not put Illinois? Illinois is so much better than Minnesota. We were 5-7. We played close to so many bowl teams. Why would they put Minnesota over Illinois in a bowl game? That's so disappointing.
There's some criteria with academics, and Minnesota had the highest score of the 5-7 teams for whatever that criteria was.
But Illinois is a better school than Minnesota.
Now, football-wise, aside from just being 5-7, Bowling Green has won 5 of their last 6 games, and their only loss was by 1 point to the 11-2 Toledo team.
Illinois beat Toledo. We should be bowl. We should be bowl eligible. We shouldn't be in a bowl game. It's ridiculous. Our quarterback is 500 yards 3 weeks in a row.
31-21.
Okay. Anyways,
the first responder bowl. I think we're a little over halfway through.
Yeah,
first
we're moving.
Responder bowl is Texas State against Rice. Ryson and Dyson. Go ahead, Brady.
So I picked Rice. They have not played anyone. They've shown me no reason they're a good team. However, Texas State did lose to Arkansas State by 45 points.
Really? I did not.
Yeah, they lost
notice
77 to 31.
that.
Yeah, I
Gosh.
saw that. I decided they're going to lose this game. So I have Rice.
Okay.
I think it's fair.
Here's the thing. Although those are very good points, notable.
There's no way you're picking a grain.
Not
to beat
notable. Not
Texas.
notable. Notorious
you-
transfer quarterback JT Daniels.
JT Daniels, he was like a
Rice's
5-star.
quarterback. And he just retired from football mid-season. He said he's stepping away from the game and retiring due to injuries.
I feel
So-
bad. He was a 5-star recruit. He's just not good.
Yeah, from Georgia to Rice. Who knows who is going to be
Georgia. He was at
quarterback
USC and then
or yeah, he was
USC,
Georgia
Texas.
he started at Georgia, but Stetson
did?
Bennett was their guy. Yeah.
So he went to US. He was at USC, then Texas, and then Rice.
I don't think he played for Texas. I think it was Georgia to USC.
No, he played. I know for a fact he played at Texas.
Did he? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
either way, he went from a national championship team to Rice and then retired. So give me the Texas State team. I think maybe they're the Bobcats. I might be mistaken. I'm not even sure.
They are the Bobcats.
They are
Oh,
the
by the way, my
Bobcats.
score prediction: Rice to win this game. I don't even know. 31-14, because Texas State is Texas State.
I'll go Texas State to win 31-14.
Okay.
And then the next game is another game we have a video for. We've got the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Kansas against UNLV. Here is our video. Here we go.
Up NZR, I'm Jeremy Shores. I'm from the University of Kansas, and I'm here to tell you that the Kansas Jayhawks will be beating the UNLV Rebels in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. And that's because of one man. He's the best backup quarterback in college football this year, and his name is Jason Bean. And he will be leading KU to their first bowl game victory since 2008. Rock chalk.
That
Wait.
is,
Kansas
yeah.
has not won a bowl game since 2008.
I was about to say, that is
Oh,
atrocious.
that's
They
pitiful.
haven't
That
won
is
in that
pitiful.
long.
I want to change my pick now.
Who did you pick?
I picked Kansas.
All right, change your pick.
No, I'm sticking with my pick. I mean, Kansas has played well this year. They beat Oklahoma. They beat a lot of quality teams. They're in the Big 12. I mean, UNLV is fine. I have nothing against them. But the only Power 5 team they beat was Vandy. They got clobbered by everyone else. So I got Kansas. Score prediction 34-21.
Kansas beat Oklahoma this year, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, they've had a pretty talented team.
Yeah, Kansas look good.
UNLV
They,
had
they beat Illinois. So they're legit.
obviously. So
Obviously.
UNLV had former Tennessee transfer quarterback OG Harrison Bailey at one point, and then he left UNLV. So clearly UNLV isn't worthy enough. So for that reason, the Kansas Jayhawks win this game.
Fair.
On to the Military Bowl, which is Virginia Tech against Tulane. And my mom is cheering for Tulane. Mom, you want to come over and say why Tulane's going to win?
Tulane had a big bowl win last year.
She says, roll, wave, roll.
Roll, wave, roll. I mean, they beat USC in the Cotton Bowl last year. That was a big game.
That was a very big game. So I'm going to roll, wave, roll with the Tulane green wave.
Why is that?
Because my mama roots for them because she went there.
Fair. I'm also rolling Tulane. I think they win this game. I think it's tight, 21-20. Virginia Tech has literally they've lost to every single good team they've played.
Yeah,
They have not beaten anyone.
They're 8-point favorites against Tulane.
How? That's
I don't know.
despicable.
Also,
I mean, Tulane's always good. They played great last year in their bowl game. They step up. I think Tulane wins this game. They're a good team.
Here's the deal with Tulane. This year, I do know a little bit about how their season was this year. They started off like a real solid team, and then they would have beaten Ole Miss if they had their quarterback, but their quarterback was hurt, and they lost to Ole Miss by, it was like 37-20 or something, but it was really close until
it was close.
End.
Yeah, it was close, and then Ole Miss
And
broke away.
you know how much I hate Ole Miss. I was so rooting for Tulane that day. Like, I was at the Tennessee game. We were playing some bozo team, like Austin P or something.
Austin P.
And
Yeah.
I'm barely watching. I'm like looking at the scoreboard every time they show a Tulane update against Ole Miss.
Yeah.
They were so close beating them. Then they win like the entire rest of their season and then lost the AAC championship at home, which I'm confused why the game was at their stadium and not like a neutral site. So that was a little odd to me, but I think they rebound and win this game. +8. Absolutely. Give me that.
Yeah, I think it's a good bet.
Next game. Next game is the Holiday Bowl. We've got a pick.
Whoa. I thought we had the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Or the Duke's Mayo Bowl. You're right.
There we go.
I knew we had a pick.
How do you forget the Mayo Bowl? It's the best name. The coach gets killed in Mayo.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
I have a pick for the Mayo Bowl from Francesco, who's been
Lovely
on the show before. So let's hear what he's got to say.
All right, so I got the Duke's Mayo Bowl, a classic, and that's North Carolina versus West Virginia. I'm going to say give me the Tar Heels. It's in Charlotte, so they got the home field advantage. I'm going to say Tar Heels win 30-20. I don't think it's going to be that close, but, those stinky West Virginia people. So go Tar Heels.
Takes a shot
That's
at
fair.
the West Virginians.
You want to go or you want me to go?
Go ahead.
I have West Virginia. West Virginia they're a gritty team. They got Pat McAfee with them. They play a lot of close games. They play a lot of close games with good teams. And Drake May's not playing. So North Carolina goes from a top 5 quarterback, like top 5 pick quarterback, to their backup. And also North Carolina is one of those teams. They're just always disappointing. Starting with Mitch, like they start in the AP poll top 10, like top 15 every year.
Don't lie to us. There's no way you paid attention to North Carolina when they had Mitch.
No, I didn't, but I just know how Mitch turned out. And every year, North Carolina just disappoints. They lose to a lot of bad teams. They don't like to score points no matter how good their quarterback's supposed to be. They're just disappointing. And West Virginia is a gritty team. This is college football. I can pick whatever I want and still be right half the time. I'm going with West Virginia.
All righty. I actually agree with like pretty much everything you said. North Carolina started out so hot this year. They were like 7.
They do it every year, and then they lose, and then they go to OT with App State or something, and then it's garbage. Like they're so
without Drake
disappointing.
May, I don't know what this offense is going to look like, and they don't have, as I'll preview in the next game, they don't have a type of offense and a type of coach where it's just plug them in and they'll play well. So
Yeah.
I'm also going to go West Virginia, who's actually favored by 5.5 points. Holiday Bowl is the next game. You said you had a video for that one. Is that the case?
I sent it. It should be in the Google Drive folder if you can find it.
I did not see it in the Google Drive. So, I am now seeing it. And
you want to see it? I was going to say we could come back to it. The guy who made this video is the greatest bettor I've ever met. So we should show this.
I have that one.
I can resend it. We can come back if you want, but it's a good video.
Sure, go ahead and do that, and we'll come back to the Holiday Bowl.
You want me to resend it?
Yeah.
Well, wait. I'm just gonna upload it to Google Drive right now.
That's fine. Next game is the Texas Bowl, which is A&M against Oklahoma State. Texas A&M against Oklahoma State. Texas A&M's quarterback, his name is. Oh my God, what's his name? I forgot to write it down because I knew it and I forgot it. But Max Johnson.
The lefty? Yeah.
Yeah, the lefty. He's not playing. He opted out because he's transferring again. So I don't know what they weren't very convincing at the football game this year that I saw him. I think Ollie Gordon is going to run all over this team and really not have any problem. A&M's favored by 3. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State this game.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Oklahoma State. Also, it uploaded, by the way, video. Everything I just ranted about North Carolina, how they fold in big games, they lose teams they shouldn't, they're just bad for the recruits they have. The same thing happens with Texas A&M. They're always mid. They'll like beat Bama one year and then think they're all that, and they go 6-6. They're just bad. I mean, for the fact that they have a top recruiting class every year and the fact that they're not even ranked, I mean, it's embarrassing, to be honest. It's embarrassing for the program. I think Oklahoma State wins this game. I mean, it is. It's embarrassing. If they had any capable coach and structure, it would be a top 10 team every year without fail, and they just don't.
Alrighty.
I mean, they have top 5 talent every year. It's despicable. It bugs me. I don't even like Texas A&M, but it bugs me. It's like Texas every year besides the last 3 years. Like they would just suck for no reason. They should be great and they suck. And Texas A&M is doing that. It's ridiculous.
All right.
It's like Miami. Miami does the same thing. I'm gonna rant about them in a bit.
Yeah, we still got the Miami game coming up.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Holiday Bowl, USC versus Louisville.
Yeah.
I'll pull this video up real quick. If I can. I just downloaded it. One sec.
Oh my god.
Let me try this again.
It should be in there twice. I downloaded it before.
Oh, it says like a zipped file. Hold on.
What is a zip file?
I
can just play it on. I can play it on my phone if it's.
Yeah, play it off your phone.
All right, one sec.
Downloads.
One sec.
Alright, USC Louisville, big bowl game coming up. Caleb Williams will not be playing, and USC secondary is absolutely trash. And I expect Jack Wilmer to tear them up and take the cover off the defense real quick. I say Louisville wins by at least one touchdown, showing out the ACC.
I agree with every word he said. That man is the greatest predictor of sports games I have ever met. And I'm gonna go with Louisville. Yeah. Everything he said.
Is this the guy in your frat who you said picked like everything right that one week? Like
he won $25,000 off a $30 NBA bet the other day.
No, are you serious?
Wait, 2,500, not 25,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's still ridiculous. Regardless, it's ridiculous. So he knows what he's talking about. I trust him with my 5-minute research.
Dang, I mean, I was gonna go USC, but I'm gonna change my mind based on this new information I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Well,
crazy.
here's the thing. Obviously, no Caleb Williams. I've heard their team is really excited about their backup Miller Moss, and they've got this guy. Yeah, USC.
I mean, yeah, but they're losing Caleb Williams. Like, you expect him to be equal with Caleb Williams or better?
That defense is not going to be any less pitiful. So
no,
I was
going
to pick them because Louisville just looked so bad against Florida State, and their quarterback totally sold the game. He was awful. But given this new information with your friend's prediction history, absolutely give me the Louisville Cardinals.
Fair. All
Next
right.
game is
SMU versus. I guess Boston College makes sense, but SMU.
Yeah, Boston. It's a home game basically for Boston College. Are you gonna take? Are you gonna take is it the Eagles or Golden Eagles? I think
Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagles.
And hell no. I have SMU. Boston College is a fake Power 5 school. SMU has won 9 straight. They just beat Roll Wave Roll Tulane. I think SMU handles this game easily. I think they win 33-20.
I don't think
33-17.
I don't think it'll be 33-20. I think SMU wins 45-17.
Yeah, it's not going to be that close.
Here's the thing.
SMU's good. They're really good.
SMU has been.
I don't know why they're in this trash bowl
this year. They've been crushing people. So I don't see any reason why SMU shouldn't win. Boston College did play FSU tough. That was one of their hardest games of the season. But that was in their red ribbon game or whatever. They call it something to honor one of their former guys. Red bandana game, white bandana game, something like that. I don't see Boston College winning this game against SMU. SMU has been a powerhouse of the AAC this year.
I want you to pick this game first. Mowers Pinstripe
Bowl?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a guest picker for this one. This is one of my favorite ones.
Oh, beautiful.
He's a big Miami fan.
Oh boy. Sorry.
So let's hear what he's got to say.
So in the Pinstripe Bowl, we have the Rutgers Scarlet Knights versus the University of Miami Hurricanes. I believe it's going to be a close game, and I think the Rutgers Scarlet Knights might be able to pull it out. Fuck all of that. Hell no. Give me the University of Miami Hurricanes. Final score, 35-10. Go Canes.
35-10 is crazy.
35-10. You wanted me to go first?
Yeah, I want you to go first.
Well, here's the thing. For the first half of the season, Rutgers spread was the play. It didn't matter who they played. If you took Rutgers spread, you were making money.
Why are you saying it like that?
Because it's Rutgers spread.
Okay, anyways.
There's no ERS in Rutgers. And then the second half of the season, they were terrible. And, it pains me to take Miami because of what their coach did, just failing to kneel the ball when they could have won that game against Georgia Tech. One of the most pitiful blunders in the history of college football, in my opinion. But I'll take Miami to win this one, even though it's a far from home game.
Yeah, that's fair. Miami is they're Texas A&M part 2. They're North Carolina part 2. They lose every big game. Like, they don't beat good teams. They lose games they should not lose. Miami's so disappointing. I mean, Mario Cristobal comes in and they're just no better.
I just don't think.
But I like Miami. That's the thing. I like Miami.
I don't think
it
Rutgers
pisses me
is
off
a
that they're
big
bad.
game.
It's a bowl game. It's a big game.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's the last game of the season. It's the last game of the season. You give it all you have. That qualifies as a big game. So I have Rutgers. Rutgers played Ohio State tight for 2.5 quarters. I mean, they played Michigan. I mean, they have talent on their team. I think Rutgers win this game.
Schedule.
They were on the schedule. They showed up to the stadium. I think Rutgers. I can't consciously pick Miami in a bowl game. I'm sorry. I like Miami. I will root for them. They're just so disappointing every time.
Yeah. All righty.
Anyways, we got a good guest picker for this one.
Do we? And we have a new background for this one. The iconic Boise State Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, that game was awesome.
This is the Pop-Tarts Bowl, correct?
Yeah, great name too.
Let's do it. Pop-Tarts Bowl. Which of your friends did this one?
Charlie Duffin. Yeah, he goes to Mizzou and is a Browns fan. So just let that. Take that with what you want.
Hello, my name is Charlie B. Duffin. I'm here to predict the Pop-Tarts Bowl between the Kansas State Wildcats and the North Carolina State Wolfpack. Now let's run through it. Kansas State is coming off a big win at Kansas, finishing 9-3 and impressively third in the ACC. While North Carolina State started the year 4-3, ended the year on a 5-game win streak on a team that features both the ACC Defensive Player of the Year, Peyton Wilson, and the ACC Rookie of the Year, Casey Concepcion. With all that being said, I'm going to have to take the hotter team and North Carolina State, baby. Go Wolfpack, 28-21. Let's eat.
All right.
I like it. I have the same logic. I have North Carolina State. In my notes, I have this should be a really good game. And I think both these teams are I think they're 8-4, 9-3, respectively. North Carolina's been hot. They have not been. I think they've blown out the last 4 teams they've played, and they've all been like quality teams. Again, Kansas State could win this game. I have nothing bad to say about Kansas State. They're a good team. They played tight with Texas. They played tight with a lot of teams. They've beaten good teams. I just think NC State pulls it off. This is going to be a good game. I like this game. I don't have anything bad to say.
Kansas State got absolutely demolished by Alabama in the Sugar Bowl last year, and
because they played Bama.
That was because they played Bama. But
NC State doesn't compare to Bama.
They did win the Big 12 last year, if I'm not mistaken. I'm thinking the portal strikes again here for another bowl game. Will Howard is the Kansas State quarterback. He's transferring. I just don't see enough firepower in that offense to be able to overcome NC State's defense. So I'm also going to go with the Wolfpack here. Finally, a fully ranked bowl game. We're starting to get into
I'm excited. I know it's a real game. They just get better and better. I'm excited for this next game too.
The Alamo Bowl.
Alamo Bowl, yeah.
All right, we got a pick for that. Let's hear what we got here.
Let's see it.
Arizona football is going to beat Oklahoma because Arizona is one of the hottest teams in college football right now. We just won 6 straight games, big wins over ranked teams. Our quarterback could do it all. He's got good weapons around him, and I just think Arizona is just overall the better team.
Well, here's the thing. Arizona at the start of the year lost an overtime game to Mississippi State, who is one of the worst SEC teams I've ever seen this year.
Have you ever watched Vandy go to a football?
Well,
have you ever watched Vandy?
Vandy's just assumed that they'll
They're an exception, yeah.
But Arkansas didn't have a good year. Mississippi State also didn't have a good year. And Arizona lost to them. And then they start climbing back in the rankings and yada yada. And I hear a whole earful from Cal and Luke, literally all fall long about how Arizona football was back and how I kept calling them a Division III program, which they were.
What is Arizona back from? They were never good in the first place. I don't know what they're coming back from, but
yeah. Well, as much as it pains me to say it, their quarterback is pretty good. Noah Fafita. the guy can ball. So they're gonna lose their mind hearing this from me. But I'm actually praising something about Arizona's football team, which don't
Doesn't happen
worry,
a lot.
this is probably the only time it'll ever happen. Oklahoma, they've got their quarterback Dylan Gabriel in the transfer portal as well. He's going to Oregon. I don't know how they're going to play this game. They've had some good wins this year. They beat Texas. They've also had some tough losses. I'm going to go Arizona here. I hate to do it, but if I pick against them, I'm going to be told by my friends, "Oh, you picked against us and we won." So you know what? I'm going to pick for Arizona. I think they can probably win this game.
Yeah, I picked Arizona too. I mean, they've just, I don't know why it makes no sense for Arizona just to be good out of the abyss, but they are. And
Let's
they've played.
Hope it's a 1-year wonder.
I do not care, but I mean, they've played the cream of the crop in the Pac-12. They played a lot of the good teams. Washington. I mean, they played close to Washington, USC. Washington. I mean, they've played all the top Pac-12 teams. They've played close or beaten about half of them. I mean, they just played well. Oklahoma is a good team too, but not having their starting quarterback just doesn't help against a ranked team. So I have Arizona. I think Arizona wins this game 27-23.
And Oklahoma has Jackson Arnold waiting on the bench to come in because he's supposedly one of these superstar young quarterbacks that they got recruited. So maybe he comes in and shows his stuff and is really good, but it's yet to be seen. I don't think that they'll overcome Arizona this game particularly. If they had Dylan Gabriel is another story.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel makes this game a lot tougher, but they don't have to give Dylan Gabriel. So
the next game is Clemson, Kentucky in the Gator Bowl. We've got a video for that from my friend Adam.
It is officially bowl season, and I think in the Kentucky-Clemson game, I do think Kentucky is going to keep it close. However, I do think Clemson will come out with the win. Since Ray Davis is playing for Kentucky, I do think he will help the Cats get on the board a little bit. I think it will be probably Clemson 17, Kentucky 10.
All right, so there's our first pick of the day where they picked against their school team.
Wow. That's bold. I mean, I picked Kentucky.
Did you? Tell me why.
So Clemson's hotter. They're probably better recruits, and they're playing pretty well. However, Kentucky did just beat Louisville after losing like 3 straight. And Clemson just loses games they should not lose. And Kentucky plays a lot of teams tough. I think Kentucky just pulls us off. I just have a feeling about it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Numbers, schedule, they say Clemson should win, but I like Kentucky here.
I disagree.
That's fine. Your picks are usually wrong too.
I think Clemson has they had a really tough start to the year. They've kind of quietly picked it back up and found their rhythm again. Also, Kentucky, although they beat a horrible Louisville team that your smart betting friend just convinced me to take, South Carolina is Clemson's little brother, and South Carolina totally shut down Kentucky just 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I'm going to go with Clemson here. They lost their bowl game last year. You remember who they played by chance?
Which team? Kentucky?
No, Clemson in their bowl game last year. Do you know who beat them?
I don't think they played in a huge bowl game last year. I don't remember.
Oh, they played in a New Year's 6 against them balls.
Oh yeah, they got killed.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm gonna say Clemson wins this year in their bowl game.
Yeah.
Takes down Kentucky. And the next game is another 2 ranked teams game. Oregon State against Notre Dame in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, this is on paper, this is a great game. However, both teams are without their starting quarterback.
Yeah,
which just sucks. It would be a fun game to watch.
I have Notre Dame. I hate that happens now.
It's so annoying, but I have Notre Dame. I think both teams are good. I just think Notre Dame's a better program overall, and B, Notre Dame has their coach. Oregon State's coach is gone.
That is true.
I think that's going to play a factor.
Michigan State? Maybe he went to Michigan State.
I think so. Is Michigan State really an upgrade over Oregon State? I guess they're in a conference. Oregon State's not even in a conference. Yeah, that's fair. It's wild that a top 20 team does not have a conference to me.
I know.
But anyways, Notre Dame is just a better program. I think they win this game. It's going to be close. If the quarterbacks are playing, it'd be a good game. Also, I will say, I think the gap between DJ Ungalele and Oregon State's backup quarterback is going to be a lot bigger than Sam Hartman and his backup. So I think
agree
Oregon
with
State's
you
going to
there.
feel that more.
I think that is kind of the main point for me. I don't think Oregon State's going to be able to put up points this game. Notre Dame, they've had an up and down season. I think they're a more complete team, and they're going to be able to put points on the board here.
Yeah.
Nothing too much to it. It's tough to pick with both of their quarterbacks not playing.
Yeah, it really is. I don't know we just don't know what to expect, but
yeah. Memphis versus Iowa State in the Liberty Bowl. We've got a guest picker for this one as well.
My name is Heath Patterson. I'm a student at Iowa State, and I was asked to give a bowl prediction for the Iowa State versus Memphis game. We will have all of our returners back on offense and defense. No one leaving early for NFL draft, even TJ Tampa, who's projected first round. So I believe Iowa State will easily win this game against Memphis, and we will have all of our fans there that will outrank Memphis in their home stadium. But thanks for having me on, and go Cyclones.
Yeah, that's a little wild that Memphis has their bowl game literally in their home stadium.
That's kind of funny, though.
Memphis does kind of, I don't know Memphis's immediate history of bowl games, but I only remember them having that crazy game against Penn State a couple years back.
Oh, yeah, but that was years ago.
In the Cotton Bowl, I believe, or whatever the Group of Five game was that year, being an insane game. Memphis this year, they're 9-3. Iowa State's 7-5. But I'm gonna go with Heath here. I think he's got a good point. They've got their whole squad that's gonna be there, and they've gotten better as the season's gone on. They had that loss to Texas, kept it pretty close through most of the game. But I'm gonna go with the Cyclones here. I got some Iowa State friends I'll support.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I got Iowa State. They play tight with Texas and KU. They beat Kansas State. And my only notes on Memphis are that they played nobody and they have great helmets. I mean, it's true, but they're not. I don't think Memphis is at the level how Iowa State is, especially being their Power 5, played a lot better teams, competed with a lot better teams. So I got Iowa State here.
Fair enough. The next game we've got is a New Year's 6. The Cotton Bowl this year, Missouri versus.
We're not done with the other bowls.
Oh, that's the next one on my app.
Oh, do we want to go order, or do we want to just do New Year's 6 at the end?
Yeah, let's do New Year's 6 at the end. You're right.
Yeah, we got the Music City Bowl. We got 4 more non-New Year's 6 games.
Yeah, and quite a few of these games we have picks for.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Music City Bowl, Auburn and Maryland. Who do you got for this game? Start us off.
I have Auburn personally. Both teams had huge, just brutal mid-seasons. I think both teams started 3-0, 3-1. Lost like 4 or 5 games in a row, and then just won the rest of their season. So they're pretty similar spots. To his little brother on Maryland, Auburn's just disappointing, but they're still Auburn. So I personally just trust the SEC school over Maryland. I have Auburn. I don't know, dude. This is a weird game. They're both very mid.
Everything there is a good point. You know, Auburn did get crushed by New Mexico State just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but Maryland got crushed by a lot of teams in the Big Ten.
Yeah. But then Auburn came back and should have beaten Alabama. So I think.
Yeah, exactly. When Auburn's up to it, they play. Auburn always plays well to their competition.
They do. The Iron Bowl is always a good game.
Yeah.
I suppose I'll roll with Auburn here as well, just because Maryland doesn't get me excited. Auburn.
They don't.
I feel like Auburn should be able to take care of business with them. Probably like 28-24.
I mean, you just hear Maryland's in a football game, and you just don't get excited. Like, I don't know if you get that vibe, but
they play a good game against either Michigan or Ohio State the week before those two teams play each other, like every year, and then other than that, complete irrelevancy.
Totally irrelevant. Like the next game we have, the Arizona Bowl is Toledo, Wyoming. Like I want to talk about Toledo, Wyoming. I don't want to talk about Maryland football. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, let's talk about Toledo, Wyoming. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have Wyoming. Toledo lost to Illinois. They have not played anyone else. So, they must be terrible because Illinois got kept out of bowl games. So I have the Cowboys of Wyoming.
Josh Allen's school, the Wyoming Cowboys?
Yeah, the Cowboys.
Give me the Toledo. What's their mascot? The Rockets.
The Rockets.
11-2?
Toledo's like the middle of nowhere.
Their
Who
only two
cares,
losses
bro?
have been Miami, Ohio, and Illinois. and
Illinois.
week
Yep,
one.
that's right. That's right.
Illinois, that's crazy. And in between, they went on an 11-game win streak.
Yeah, and
Did they play anyone legit?
No, absolutely
No.
not. They did not play any. The best
didn't.
team they played was Ohio, and they won by 4.
But
And then they
what?
lost.
You know what? This is a Saturday, December 30th game. Let's get some action on a Saturday. When do we ever get action on a Saturday? Action's a Wednesday thing. So give me some action on the Saturday. The Toledo Rockets. I'll pick them to win this game.
Sure.
I also know nothing about the two teams.
Yeah, that's also valid. I don't know anything either.
All right.
All right.
What's our
next
game?
game?
Wisconsin LSU?
LSU. Yeah.
I have a video for this one. I think you're going to
Love
like it.
I want to
This
see it.
is another former guest host of ours, Blake Young. And here's what he's got to say.
When it comes to the Rely Quest Bowl between LSU and Wisconsin, it's definitely going to be a very big, dominant LSU win. I think it's probably going to be 38-14. Obviously, LSU's been very dominant this year. Jaden Daniels just won the Heisman Trophy. I think what's really going to give Wisconsin a chance to try and be able to pull off a win here is going to be if they have their volleyball team there for support. Because I know for a fact that if the Wisconsin volleyball team is there showing their love to me, then I think I'd perform a lot better. So that's what I got for you guys.
I can't disagree.
They are a lot better at volleyball than football, but yeah, I can't disagree.
I can't disagree with Blake there. Everything he said.
I mean,
truly an inspirational pick right there, man.
I totally agree. I think LSU wins this game. I mean,
it's a tough draw for Wisconsin, but the Big Ten was that bad this year.
I don't think Jalen Daniels is playing. I saw reports they didn't think he was going to. Even if he doesn't, Wisconsin they're just bad. They don't score against good teams, which is kind of a Big Ten staple.
Big Ten West team against anyone, I don't have hope for them.
That's fair. I agree with that.
A legit team like LSU. I don't know if Malik Neighbors will play or if he's going to opt out. I've seen
that's not going to change the outcome.
Hey! I've seen some.
I know
the Bears taking him at like pick 5.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
This is a legit superstar receiver, so I wouldn't say that wouldn't affect the game, but regardless,
it'll affect the game. I'm just saying that's not.
Squad.
I don't think he's Malik Neighbors. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Jalen. Yeah. I just don't think that affects the outcome, win or loss.
Yeah, I'm also not sure if Daniels is going to play or not. We'll see about that.
Yeah.
But
if he plays, they're going to win 40-10. If he doesn't play, they'll win 30-10. I mean,
I like that score prediction. I'm not going to lie, 40-10.
Wisconsin's just bad. They just fold in every big game.
Then the next game we have is the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. We have a pick for this game from Frankie.
Oh, I love it.
All right, Cheez-It Bowl, Tennessee, Iowa. I really don't see how anybody could pick Iowa over Tennessee. I think Tennessee is a glorified lock. I'm thinking Tennessee minus 24.5. I really think they blow them out. Iowa has one of the worst offenses I've ever watched, and I can't wait to admire their punter. They've got a great punter. If we watch Joe or Nico, I don't think it's going to matter who plays quarterback for us. It's going to be a murder. Go Vols.
Are they 24-point favorites?
No, I knew you were going to ask that when he said that. They're 8.5 point favorites, but he thinks they're going to win by 25.
I don't disagree. So I saw this. I really want to write Iowa and just not research it, just because.
Just to grind my gears a little bit.
But I can't blindly pick Iowa. Iowa is bad. I mean, they had a cakewalk Big Ten schedule, and they just would beat teams 13-10 every week. Tennessee's a real offense. They're much better than everyone Iowa's playing in the Big Ten West. I think if Tennessee's going to score at least 10 points, that's by far going to win the game.
Well, here's the thing. Tennessee's rushing game this year has been phenomenal. Jalen Wright, absolute dog. He had the highest running speed or fastest running speed of anyone in the NCAA and NFL.
We get it. You're a Tennessee fan. I don't need to.
And is that the case? Is that the case? As Frankie said, our quarterbacks, Joe Millen, he played really well in the Orange Bowl last year. He's been very mad this season, but regardless of if he plays or if our superstar freshman plays, Nico Iamaleava, we should have an easy win here, in my opinion. Iowa, when I saw that was our bowl game, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a boring game because Iowa doesn't move the ball and they have a high school offense. But the one problem, though, which I could see Iowa exposing, is literally our entire defensive back room just went into the transfer portal.
Jules, I love that, but I don't think Iowa's quarterback would start for most high schools. I mean, I don't think it's going to matter.
Say you're wrong there. I really
the only
can't.
position Iowa knows how to the only thing Iowa knows how to do is produce centers and tight ends, and those don't win big games.
Yeah. So
at least not without a quarterback and everything else.
If Iowa scores points in this game, it's going to be some big play on the perimeter, in my opinion. Because
Iowa doesn't score points. Like, I don't understand. It's like before last week. It's like the New York Jets slum. If you don't score points, you can't win games.
And shout out James Pierce. He's our edge rusher, sophomore right now, future top 5 pick, absolute baller. Go Vols.
Hopefully, a future Bear if he's that good. We got the New Year's 6 going.
New Year's 6. Hold up. Boom, the Rose Bowl. Look at that.
Love that.
First New Year's 6 game, Missouri versus Ohio State.
We got a long video for this, unfortunately.
Not
unfortunately that we have video. It's just what? It should be in the Google Docs. It should be in Google Docs. They sent a 2-minute video, which is just hilarious.
Just play it on the screen. I don't have the title of the.
I'll just re-upload it. I don't want to. I'll re-upload it. I don't want to hold my phone up for. I don't want to hold my phone up for 2 minutes. It's long time.
It's fine. Your arms work. Oh boy.
It's muted.
What's going on, Nzr? I'm Evan. I'm Vince. We're going to be reviewing the Cotton Bowl, Ohio State versus Mizzou, 7v9 seed. Ohio State should be in the top 4 seed. Should be in the team up north. Anyways,
I can't hear them. Just send it to me send it to the email or the Google Doc or whatever.
It's too big to email. I'll send it to the Google Doc. We'll just come back to it.
We'll come back to it. Okay. Anyways,
it's a good video.
Okay, yeah, we'll get it up there.
It's uploaded.
Penn State Ole Miss is the next New Year's 6 game, which we have a video for that one too.
Lovely.
So let's pull it up.
We are Penn State. Penn State, big time school. But I don't want him. Ole Miss.
Boo. Get him off the screen.
That was a fantastic video. Fantastic, guys. That was a fantastic. That was a great video. Anyways, you want to go this game first? Or you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'll go first. No logic needed. Screw Ole Miss. Give me Penn State.
Okay. I mean, these teams are like this. Okay. Penn State is like the Big Ten version of Ole Miss. These teams blow out everyone bad, and then they crumble against big teams. It happens every year. Penn State gets killed by Ohio State and Michigan every year. Ole Miss gets killed by Georgia and Bama every year. It's without fail. Blowout. It's bad. But I do think Penn State is a better team this year. I just feel they're a more physical team. They're a more veteran team. Ole Miss, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Ole Miss feels more finesse. I just think Penn State wins this game. I don't know. That's just my feel. That's just what I think. I don't have great. I think it's a pretty even game. I could totally see Ole Miss winning this game. Ole Miss is a great team, but Ole Miss's quarterback's kind of sporadic. I don't trust it. I don't love Penn State either, but I trust Penn State to be more careful and win this game. That's I don't know. This is a toss-up game in my opinion. It'll be a good game.
So you're picking Penn State?
I'm picking Penn State. Yeah, I could see it go either way, but I feel like Penn State's just a better team overall.
Love it. All right, is your thing in the Google Drive?
You would know. You have access to the Google Drive.
Well, there's no titles on like all of these. It's just numbers.
Well, just go to the most recent. If there was an upload 1 minute ago, then that's it.
There has not been. So if that's still loading, we'll continue the next New Year's 6.
No, it uploaded.
Okay, then we'll go back to that. Hopefully. I'm seeing. All right, here we go. Download. Video still processing. Try again in a few minutes. Then indeed we will. Oh, now it downloaded. And it's a zip file again. I don't know what your little zip file stuff is, but We'll see. Let me try and get this up. 926. Oh, Brady just dipped. Where did you go? Brady disappeared. Woo! He's back. Welcome back.
I tried to click the chat and I accidentally clicked log out.
Classic.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Sorry, Ohio State people. We're working out the technical difficulties.
I'm trying to. It doesn't want to show up in my downloads now of like everything.
It's like they're downfield passing. It's messy.
Oh, maybe I have to open the video.
It says opened. It shouldn't be this hard.
Well, it's downloaded as a zip file.
92679 92679 CAE. I don't know why it's on that.
Hold on, we're still trying.
Should we do Georgia? Should we do that Orange Bowl real quick and then come back?
Let me type in this 92. Okay, I think I found it. Maybe.
Beautiful.
Wait. It's because it's as a folder still, and
well, it's a 2-minute video, not a 30-second video. Maybe that is a play.
That's probably why.
Yeah, that could be it. I mean, I did say a 30-second video, just for the record.
Okay, it's having trouble sharing it, so just put it up on the screen.
Oh my god! All right, you better be able to hear
It's
this.
as a folder file, and not as a.
What's going on, Nzr? I'm
You hear it?
We're going to be reviewing the Cotton Bowl, Ohio State versus Mizzou, 79 seed. Ohio State should be top 4 seed. Should have been the team up north. It was a pick. It was a pick in the end zone. Anyways, on defense, Denzel Burke and Jack Sawyer both confirmed that they will be playing. However, the rest of the core, Josh Proctor, JT Tumalo, and Tommy Eichenberg are still unclear on whether they're going to sit this one out and declare for the draft. Red zone defense has been stellar, but without those three, we'll see how it goes.
I'm gonna pot.
Offense,
Dude, Siri just went off. Siri just went off.
Considering that Marvin Harrison Jr. is still unclear on whether he's going to declare for the draft. Go first overall. Well, hopefully not. Not to the Bears. Not to the Bears. Or he will play this game and next season. Please come back, Marv. We need you. You're going to be a Heisman winner. Along with Marv, Travion Henderson is still unclear on whether he's going to sit this one out, which would suck because our run game without him, with Chip Trayanum transferring to Kentucky and Mayan Williams out with an injury, is going to be terrible. On to quarterbacks. Kyle McCord was a bum. We didn't want him anyway. He's gone. Thanks for losing us the game. What are you doing? Devin Brown played the taste of Hogo in a couple games. He got some legs, got an arm. He's showing some potential. So we'll see how he does against this Mizzou defense. Let up 49 points against LSU and 30 against Georgia. They've said that they can be beat. So I see Devin Brown and Ryan Day could sum it up. Now we have a word from delusional fan here. Delusional fan, Charlie Duffin. Something to say. What are we talking about here? Mizzou all the way, baby. MIC! No, instead of that, we're going to say OHIO. And I'm going to say that Ohio State's going to take this one 24-18, not super high scoring, just because we don't know who's going to play or not. But we know Devin Brown's an athlete. 42-20. Mizzou's defense is trash. Brady Cook going to get cooked by this LSU team. Later.
And on that note, I will be picking.
So corny.
I think Mizzou wins this game. I'm sorry. Kyle McCord's not playing, and I know they just set. First of all, fantastic video. That was very well made, very impressive.
Oh, very well.
If you just picked the wrong team. I mean, I know they said it's gonna be low scoring because we don't know who's playing. I know exactly who's playing. I know Brady Cook's playing. I know Mizzou's starters are playing, and I know Mizzou's gonna show up like they have every week. Their only losses were close losses to LSU and Georgia. They've rolled everyone else. Mizzou is on fire right now. I don't even know. Mizzou's just good. I don't even like that they're good, but they're really good. Kyle McCord not playing. I mean, if Kyle McCord was the best option they have, I can't imagine what Ohio State's backup is. They're not going to be able to throw the ball on field. Marvin Harrison is going to need 300 yards for Ohio State to win this game. So I have Mizzou. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, based on that video, it sounds like every good dude for Ohio State doesn't feel like playing this game.
Yeah, which typically is what happens to lose a game.
Regardless, you said, well, I do know who's playing for Mizzou, Brady Cook. That's not even the name you should be saying here. Cody Schrader is the dude you should be saying here. He is insane. This guy is.
But Brady Cook is like the quarterback.
He led the SEC in rushing. He ran for like 300 yards against Tennessee, who prior to that game had one of the best run defenses in the league. Cody Schrader is going to run all. You're going to think Blake Corum from that team up north is a bad thing. No, I don't care if it's Michigan.
Dude, the
or
Ohio
whoever
State
likes
fans do
beating
not like
Ohio
this in the
State.
comments.
Cody Schrader is absolutely going to run all over these guys.
Sure.
And if
sure.
Ohio State doesn't have the firepower on offense to catch up to that, they're not going to win the game. So I'll go Mizzou 30-19.
Oh, I got to make a score prediction for this. I got Mizzou.
Not 19 is a weird score. I'll go 30-20.
I think Mizzou wins 27-17.
Okay. Both 10-point differences.
Yeah. Oh, do we give a score
comment
prediction for
section.
Ole Miss?
I'm sure they're not very happy about that.
No, they're not.
Oh, they're
Here.
bringing the Saints 2-seed pick back. Oh no.
It's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I've seen worse takes. Like the Falcons being really good and the Seahawks being the top seed.
Whoa.
Anyways,
Whoa.
the Seahawks suck. Sorry, we didn't make a score prediction for the Ole Miss Penn State game. What's your score prediction?
Ole Miss 0, Penn State 10. No, I'll go
No way it's a real score.
Penn State 21, Ole Miss 20.
It's eerily close to what I was going to pick. I was going to say Penn State 21, Ole Miss 16.
Okay.
Huh?
We've got only a few games
Orange
left.
Bowl. Yeah,
Orange
these are some
Bowl,
good games, though.
I've got a video for the Orange Bowl from my sister, Hannah. So let's see what she's got to say.
She's the Florida State. She's going to pick Florida State.
My
That's just
pick for
wrong.
the Orange Bowl is the Florida State Seminoles, and that is because we are the ACC champions. We are undefeated. Our defense is top-notch. We might not have Jordan or Tate, but we have Brock Glenn, and he's going to get the job done for us. And, you know, we're going to beat Georgia. I'm calling it right now.
Say that with a
Go
straight
Noles.
face. Say that with a straight face.
On that note, Georgia will be winning this game by 30 points. I mean, I don't think FSU is going to score. I would not be surprised if they don't. I think Georgia.
I don't know if
prediction.
they're going to score a single point this game.
My 34-10. That's my prediction. That's generous. Sorry.
That is generous. I'm going to go.
Maybe not 38-10. 38-10.
You know, she said they don't have Tate either. He's their backup. I would think he would clear concussion protocol by a month after if he almost played in their last game.
I don't think she knows what she's talking about.
Their defense is good. I don't know if Jared Verse is going to play in this game. I doubt it, to be honest. I mean, they are going to have something to prove.
Oh, Jared Verse is a menace, though.
Yeah, Jared Verse is a absolute dog.
He would fit great on players.
But it's it's such a tough draw for them to have a game where you've got to prove something. And it's like, yeah, prove it against the best team in the country who barely lost to Alabama and has won 29 straight games before that. There is no chance that Georgia's going to lose this game. There's just no chance. If Florida State wins this, they can go and pull a 2014 UCF and call themselves the national champions. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah, you're right. It's not.
Oh, comment section is blowing up. Oh, it's Hannah. It's all Florida State fans.
Hannah's not very happy, even though she didn't get the quarterback depth chart right.
Here's the thing. I texted Hannah the night before the playoff committee, and I said, just warning you, they're not going to get in, and here's why. And I give a whole explanation of why the committee was going to leave them out. And I'm trying to tell you right now, it's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm going to say Florida State loses this game 30-13.
Wow, that is generous.
But it's not going to feel
close.
I think it's not going to feel close, even though that's not that bad of a difference. I mean,
Georgia won by 60 in the national championship last year, so I don't think they're going to show any mercy.
Yeah, but Florida State's defense is formidable. They're going to be hungry. That's
fair.
There's just not going to be enough food on the plate to feed them.
Well, they're just not going to score.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited for this next one, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
The Fiesta Bowl.
The
Fiesta Bowl we have a prediction for, so let's pull it up.
Zone reaction. Hello, all the beautiful viewers out there. For my bowl game selection, I did Oregon versus Liberty. And for this game, for me personally, it's the no-brainer. It's really just kind of a easy check off for me. Give me Oregon in this one. When you just look at the two different programs and when you look at just the matchups and what kind of level each program is on, for me, it's not even close. I think Oregon's way more talented and just levels ahead of where Liberty is. And this isn't to take away from anything Liberty's been able to do this year. They've had a fantastic year, but just for me, there's levels to this, and Oregon's way ahead of them.
Yeah.
That was our pick from Jake. And
Jake summed it up perfectly.
I want to start us off here. Back in colonial America, let me give you a little history lesson.
Wait, I don't care.
Back in colonial America, 1775, a guy by the name of Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty or give me death." And today, and on January 1st, it is going to be death by the Ducks. Give me Oregon by 50 points. The Anthony Thomas is old Oregon, and I don't even know who's they got some absolute studs on that team now. I don't know. Is Bo Nix playing? Who cares?
Who cares? It does not matter.
Oregon is going to absolutely demolish these guys.
Yeah, Oregon by a million.
It's not going to be close. Oregon 50, Liberty 28.
I agree. I mean, honestly, it's kind of disrespectful putting Oregon in this game. Oregon has blown everyone out this year, except they lost by 3 to Washington twice, the number 2 team in the country. I think it's disrespectful. Oregon, they're just so much better. Liberty hasn't played a Power 5 team all year. They literally have not played a single Power 5 team. And now they're going to go play Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl. They're going to get clobbered.
Yeah,
clobbered.
Tough draw for them.
41-17, I'm generous. Like, it's going to be an embarrassment of a football game.
And Liberty has
Bo Nix is going to be done by half.
Caden Salter is a great dual threat dynamic quarterback for them. But yeah, you can't just hop into your first Power 5 game of the year and it's the Oregon Ducks.
It's Oregon, yeah. Oregon is, and they're pissed too. I mean, they would be in the playoffs if they won.
At least with last year's Group of 5 game with Tulane versus USC,
Tulane was good.
We knew Tulane was good, and we knew USC had quite a few flaws with that team. And
so I'm saying they should have put Florida State in this game. Then it could have been close. They got to put the worst top. They should have. They put the most flawed.
Florida State Liberty for sure.
Because there's always the bowl game where the best non-Power 5 team is in a Power 5 bowl, and it should always be the worst top team because all the top 10 teams are in those. It should always be the worst top 10 team. Florida State. I mean, it should have been Florida State. There's no question. I mean, Ole Miss or Penn State maybe, but
I really would have loved to see the Oregon Georgia be a bowl game.
That's what I'm saying. That would have been a fantastic game, much better than Georgia Florida State. Absolutely. Florida State versus Libertyville would have been a good game, but now we just get 2 blowouts.
Yeah. Alrighty, and then what's left? Just the playoff.
The playoffs, yeah.
Let's talk playoffs. See what you've been all waiting for. This is our longest ever episode since launch day. But we're coming up on almost an hour and a half today. But it is time to bring Bowl Bash to a close with the college football playoff. And we got a whole lot of Texas in the comments right now. And a whole lot of why Alabama shouldn't be in it. That's just blasphemy.
Sorry. Blasphemy.
Alabama not only, we'll put up Sammy's video in 1 sec. Alabama not only should be in the playoff, Alabama's going to win the national championship. Anyway, on to Sammy's prediction of the Rose Bowl.
What's up, Neutral Zone? Unbiased opinion, but there is no way that Michigan is losing this game against Alabama. It is not the same Alabama we have seen for the last couple of years. We've already stole all their signs, so we're fine. But listen, we got Blake Corum, the best running back in the country. We got J.J. McCarthy, one of the best quarterbacks in the country. We have a special team around us, and Harbaugh is back. We have that energy that we have to win after the NCAA and Big Ten just screwed us over. So we're going to win this game 31-27. That's the lowest margin, I would think.
I have a disclaimer. I was with Sammy at the gym this morning, and he goes, "Dude, I'm really nervous about this game." I'm like, "Yeah, I think Bama's the move." He's like, "Yeah, you're probably right, but I hope Michigan wins."
Exposed.
So on that move, Alabama is going to win this game, I think. Michigan's just not as dynamic as Alabama, I feel. Alabama's quarterback is 6'4", absolutely yoked, and moves great. Michigan, J.J. McCarthy is really good. I think he's a great player. But Michigan's just not as explosive enough. and you can't run 5 yards in a cloud of dust, which works against Big Ten teams. It worked against Ohio State. Sorry, Ohio State, but it did. And I mean, Michigan's a great team. I think this will be a great game. I think Michigan could definitely win this game. This is not a blowout type of game by any chance. But Alabama is Alabama. They just beat Georgia, who won 29 games in a row before that. And I mean, they're rising back to the top. And as much as I hate to say it, I kind of don't, because I respect Alabama as much as people hate them. I think Alabama wins this game. I'm going to go final score is going to be 24-19.
Ooh, that's pretty low scoring.
I mean, Michigan, the thing is, Alabama, as good as their offense has been in clutch situations, it has not just lit up the scoreboard, and their defense has been really good. And same with Michigan. Michigan doesn't really light up the scoreboard. They run the ball a lot. They have the ball a lot. They keep the game low scoring, tight, which I think it's going to be a great game to watch. I think it's going to be physical, intense, close game, great coaches. But I think Bama pulls it off in the end just because Bama does what Bama does.
100% right. You give Nick Saban a month to prepare for this game.
Also, that too, Nick. You also could say the same thing about Jim Harbaugh, but
I don't think you can. Michigan has not performed in bowl games or in playoff games in recent history. They lost to Georgia. They lost to TCU. They beat Ohio State, which is the real game that matters, of course.
Yeah,
but
of course.
You know, Alabama they started the season so bad, and then they just kept on winning and kept on getting better. And Jalen Milroe has found his stride. I know they barely beat Auburn, but they
beat Auburn
so easily. This one of the top 2 scariest teams in America, and they are going to roll anyone they play, not named Georgia or Michigan. And you could say, "Oh, Texas." We'll talk about that in just a second. But if that game between Bama and Texas was so long ago, Bama looks like an entirely different team right now. Their defense has figured it out. Their offense has figured it out. Michigan doesn't have a great history with SEC schools. I don't think they're going to beat Alabama this game. I think Alabama's the best team right now. And, I can't even imagine Florida State trying to go up against them. It would be a miserable blowout.
Oh my God. Also, just to put it on the record, if Alabama did lose to Auburn and they were a 2-loss team, Georgia would be the 4th seed. It still wouldn't be Florida State. They just had to put Florida State 5. Just want to put that out there. Anyways, next game, Texas Washington.
Yep.
The video fell through for this one, unfortunately, but that means more spotlight on Jules, so he's happy. I have Texas in this game. I think Texas is just a better, tougher team. I mean, Washington is fantastic. They're a great team, second in the country, well deserved. But if you look at their last month of football, outside of that Oregon, they've really squeaked out these wins. They beat Oregon State by 2, Washington State by 3, and they've played some close games against good teams. But those teams do not compare to Texas. If they play the same way they played in those games against Texas, they're losing by 15, 20 points. So I think Texas plays this game. I think Texas shows up. They show out. I think Texas wins this game comfortably. I'm going to go 31-27. And it's not that comfortable. But I think it's going to be a good close game.
Okay.
But I think Texas pulls it off.
Yeah, I forgot to give a score for the Bama Michigan game. I'll go 28-20 for that. But back to the Texas game. I really agree with a lot of what you said. Washington has, Oregon this season has had most of their wins be super convincing, like not even giving any mercy.
Yeah.
Washington has had to cut it close a lot. Texas has also had to cut it close a lot, but it just looks like they turned a corner against Oklahoma State. I mean, they killed them and they stomped on them. They stampeded those guys.
Yeah.
Texas, I just think Washington's not going to be able to hang with them. Washington looks good this season. They've got Roma Odunze. They've got Michael Penix Jr. throwing him the football. But they let that lead slip away against Oregon. And for a minute before they pulled it back, it looked like everything had been lost. I don't think Texas is going to let them take back a lead like Oregon did. And I just think this is possibly their year. I think a Texas-Bama rematch is in the cards. I really do.
It's going to be a good game.
I think it'll be a good game. I'm going to go Texas 34, Washington 27, but I think there'll be a garbage time 27. I think it'll be 34-20, and then Washington scores at the last second, tries an onside kick, doesn't get it, and Quinn Ewers is walking into the championship game.
Fair.
So we both got
Also-
the same natty.
Yeah. Also, I would just like to say before going to the natty, the Chicago Bears are relevant, and it is so exciting. Like, they're one game out of the playoff spot, first overall pick. I had to bring it up. We can't talk a football show in Chicago without talking about how the Bears are one game out of the 7th seed.
Wow. I
They just
really
bashed
thought
them.
we'd get through the whole episode
No.
just college football today.
No, it did not have its chance. Justin Fields is balling. Matt Eberflus can apparently call it defense, even if their offensive coordinator doesn't know what he's doing. It was fun to watch the game. That's all I'm going to say. The Bears are back, baby. Not really, but I'm a delusional Bears fan, so I'm going to think that.
All right. I love to hear it. And let's go
Anyways,
to the national championship,
Texas.
which is it in Houston this year?
Probably.
Let me look this
Has-
up.
No, it's probably in Dallas because Dallas is AT&T Stadium and it's sponsored by AT&T. It just makes more sense.
Oh, that could be. Where is the national?
Anyways, Jules, who is your pick for the national championship?
Hold on, I'm trying to see where it is. It is in Houston. I was right. Classic. Not to toot my own horn. I'm gonna go.
Jules like, oh, I was right again. No big deal.
Texas is gonna really show out and have a lot of fans here if it's just a few hours down the road from Austin. Texas is back for the first time since like 2005 when Vince Young
Yeah,
played that
heroic.
national
That was a
championship
sick game.
Texas is back. But it don't matter because the Crimson Tide are going to wash over the Longhorns. Give me Bama in a great rematch from a game earlier this season. I think Alabama is the best team in the country. I think that SEC bias absolutely exists and that it doesn't matter because Alabama is just the best team right now. And it doesn't matter who they've played before. I just think they have more of what it takes to win this big game than Texas. Texas kind of struggled down the stretch until that last game. I think it'll be enough for them to beat Washington, but I think that they don't have the closing out of a game enough to overcome this Alabama team that I think is a through and through, like that game against Georgia just proves to you like they can beat anyone. And if they get a shot to play Texas a second time, I don't think they missed their chance to get revenge.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say this is like the best playoffs in like years. There's no patty cake teams. Like they didn't put Florida State in here. You know, no, not to bash on Florida State's so easy and it's so much fun. But realistically, there's no patty cake teams in this playoff. All 4 teams have a legitimate shot. They're all great teams. On that note, I'm sorry, I have Bama. I mean, Texas is really good. They're so good. They deserve to be in the game, and I could see them winning this game. But what I cannot see, well, this kind of contradicts it, but I cannot see Nick Saban playing Texas again with a better team than earlier in the season and losing again. I don't see it. I just don't
agree.
I mean, Nick Saban, they're probably pissed about that loss. Jalen Milroe is nowhere near playing at the level he is right now. Bama is light years ahead of where they were during that game. And Texas has gotten better too, but Bama has skyrocketed. They're playing their best ball. They just beat Florida. They're on a hot streak. And I just don't see Nick Saban losing this game twice. I really don't. And also, you were saying that it's in Texas. Texas fans are going to travel. It's the Natty. The Bama fans are going to be there. Everyone's going to be there. It's going to be a huge game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rooting for Texas just for the record, but I think Bama wins this game. I think it's close. I think it's a tight game. I think the final score is going to be 27-23. 27-21. 27-21.
I'm going to go a little more high scoring for the final here because it was 34. It was 34-24 when they played in week 2, and Bama's offense was a shell of themselves back then. I'm going to go Bama 41, Texas 30. That'll be my prediction. I'm looking at some of these comments.
The comments are funny. Oh, I'm in trouble. Well, yeah.
All right. Well,
it's a great playoff.
Thank you all so much for watching. This was The
It's a fun
Nzr
episode.
Bowl Bash. Good luck to all of your teams except Ole Miss. And we're ready for a great bowl season. I'm excited. We'll be back with some NFL in 2 weeks or so. I don't know what our schedule will be for Christmas Eve that's
Christmas. It'd be the 26th. We're fine.
We'll see. I'll be getting knee surgery in 2 weeks, so I don't know if I'll be here. So we'll figure out the schedule. But thank you all for watching. We really appreciate sending in the videos, making it a fun episode. Thank you to Culver's for sponsoring.
Thank you everyone for
frozen custard after the show.
For sure.
It's only 8:30. I mean, go grab some frozen custard for a little dessert. Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate it. Go Vols.
Have a good night, everyone. Oh.